I would walk into a room and I would say, yes, my name is Priyanka Chopra. You may not know me. I'm an actor from India. I've done about 50-something movies. But I'm also someone who's not defined by my ethnicity or where I come from. I'm a woman, I'm an actor, I'm an artist, and I'd like to see where that takes me. So entitlement, even now, is not something that I hold and I expect, like whenever I walk into the room, I don't expect each and every one of you to know me at all. I've worked in a completely different country, in a completely different continent, which doesn't mean that you need to know about it. Like when I go back to India, I remember I was at the Oscars the first time when I went 2 years ago, and I was presenting.
I love that. When I was at the Oscars, right? It's like.
What is an important part of the story?
I love to know, but I love that so like nonchalantly. I love it. Yeah.
I was presenting with Leah Schreiber, and after we presented, we were backstage because there was a segment going on. So we were standing at the bar, and like some people who had won were coming in, and Leah was like, "Oh my God, that's the most amazing movie, and this guy has done blah blah movie," and I was like, "Oh," not trying to be ignorant, but I was, and I was like, "I didn't know him." He's like, "What? You didn't know him?" And I was like, yeah, because I sort of grew up in another country. If I name a celebrity from my country, would you know him? And he was like, oh, I get it. But that's exactly what it is. I know American music and movies and because I consume it back in India, but I don't know all kinds of pop culture. But I had to learn, like when I came in and I started doing Quantico, which was, I mean, ABC, network TV, a character, girl who plays, a character that I play, which is an American girl. She's not Indian. And I had to be culturally sound. Like, I needed to speak like her. I needed to, crack jokes like her. Pop culture. I needed to know pop culture like her, which I didn't. There were lines which would come in. I still remember this one line where, and it's horrible because now I know her so well, but when I first landed, I didn't know her. And I got so much shit from my co-actors for it. There was a line which said, yeah, even Ronda Rousey loses sometimes. And I was like, who's she? And my co-actor, Johanna Brady, who was most of the time my pop culture teacher, would turn around and be like, she would whisper it in my ear, and then I would pretend like I knew her because I didn't want to sound stupid. But I had to learn. I wasn't entitled about it. And I think that really took me in a different direction this time around.